How are you expected to be motivated if you haven't seen any results? You know, the number of people I talk to and their motivation's at rock bottom. But when I say, okay, cool, what would it mean to have this dream result? And they tell me it would mean the absolute world. And they've been struggling with that very thing for a good number of years. But when I say how motivated are you to achieve those goals, oftentimes it's very low. So we need results. And the only way in which you get results to be motivated is to act. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to never rely on motivation to reach your goals ever again. Now that is a massively, massively bold claim, but I'm super confident that if you implement the teachings of this video, honestly, that is never going to be something in which you need to worry about in order to reach your physique, fitness, health, muscle building, or indeed fat loss goals. Team, welcome back in. Hopefully you got on board with the first episode and you understood why I'm now doing this and hopefully how it can now serve you moving forward. I've had a fantastic week since we last spoke. I've actually been in Florence for my cousin's wedding. Man, the amount of Aperol spritzes I drank, the amount of pasta, it was absolutely an incredible experience. If you've never been to Italy, never been to Florence, I highly recommend that you go. Honestly, that was a top 5 destination for sure. Anyway, on with the video today. Now, I want to talk to you about motivation. Now, why do I want to talk about motivation? It's because if you're like the guys, the gals, the people who are in my world, they inquire for coaching, they talk to me in the DMs, and I'm just talking to on a regular basis, you honestly are probably in one of two camps right now when it comes to motivation. Number one is that you are a highly motivated individual. You want the result. You're probably already going to the gym. You already think you know what you're doing when it comes to food, when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to mindset, but you're just not getting the results in which you're after. You're not getting the ROI, and it's a very, very frustrating place to be because it feels like you're chucking everything at a brick wall, but nothing is actually sticking, and it just feels like you're spinning your wheels, getting nowhere fast. Now, obviously, if you are one of these individuals, that particular problem needs diagnosis, and it needs to be done so in a very specific way. So we need to pick apart, okay, what's the missing piece of the puzzle here? Is it something as surface level as, well, there's no progressive overload and your training's off? Is it the case of like, oh, so like you're not eating enough protein, or you have no idea what your energy balance is when it comes to calories? Maybe it's a lifestyle thing and actually you're super stressed and your cortisol, your stress hormones through the roof, and no wonder why you can't actually stick to things because you're so reactive. Or it might be because you're not sleeping enough and you're not getting that restful sleep in which you need to basically have the ability to stick to the plan because your hunger hormones are all over the shop, or what have you. And don't get me wrong, we are going to do videos, episodes, podcasts on all of the above. And in fact, if you haven't yet subscribed, I really implore you to hit the bell notification up top, hit the subscribe button down below so you can make sure to never miss any of these episodes now moving forward. So with that, like I say, needs a very specific diagnosis, which we will get into in case you are a highly motivated individual, but you're kind of getting nowhere fast. Instead, today, I'm gonna talk to the audience, my guys and gals, the ones who essentially, they want the result. They want to look better. They want to feel better. They want to be able to wear whatever they want when it comes to picking out clothes in the closet or in clothes shops or what have you. They want to be able to take their kit off when it comes to the beach or in front of their partner or wherever it may be and just feel absolutely incredible. Have that bulletproof confidence, wear whatever they want, and ultimately just have the body of their dreams. Let's be completely honest. That's the goal of everyone, regardless of if you say it or not. We know that to be true. Now, the thing is, if you are lacking the motivation in order to get there, you're not willing to do the do. You think you want the result, you do want the result, but actually when you then think about what I have to now do to get it, be that the friction between you and doing what you have to do with nutrition, or maybe it's the training, or maybe it's the consistency, whatever it may be, a lot of people have got this whole paradigm about how they think of motivation so incredibly wrong that it paralyzes them from taking any action in the first place. And I'm gonna show you exactly how, number one, most people think of motivation, how it works and what they need to do in order to get the job done. But number two, how that model is completely false, outdated and incorrect, and actually exactly what you need to do instead by flipping it around on its head. So let's get to work. And I've pulled up my iPad for this one because as you can see, most people, what they think is that they need to be motivated in order to start something, whether that be a fat loss goal, whether that be, a project, anything like that. But obviously for this channel, we're talking about body composition, physique, burning fat, building muscle, and what have you, right? So they feel that like in order to, get my ass in gear, I now need to be motivated to act, all right? So that needs to happen first, okay? From there, I need to act, I need to do the do, I need to lift the weights, I need to eat the food, I need to go on my steps, I need to do the water, I need to sleep 8 hours a night, what have you, and then I get my results. Now, the massive problem with that whole paradigm is the fact that motivation is transient, it's fleeting, it's a feeling. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. And the reality is, if we have to wait on something which is so transient, fleeting, and just very fickle, to be honest, well, if we now consider that in order to get your results, you have to be consistent, that doesn't sound like a very consistent model to get the job done. Would you agree? Instead, what we need to do is something entirely different. So when you're mapping out, your New Year's plans, or when you're mapping out how you want to actually feel come December 2023 at your Christmas do's and what have you, the very model you're going to need in order to get the phenomenal results in which you see across the board with our 23 Lean coaching clients is this one, which I'm going to run with you right now. And that is, irrespective of how you feel, you are going to need to act, because action comes before motivation. So we need to act first and foremost, irrespective of, like I say, how you actually feel about that. From there, you get your results, okay? And all of a sudden, you're looking better, you're feeling better, the genes are feeling better, you'll have more energy, there's more spring in your step, you're less reactive, you're a happier person to be around. Those are all results. And then you're like, oh, actually, those actions have led to these results. Oh shit, now I'm motivated to continue acting and doing the do. And all of a sudden, you're in this very positive loop. Because like I say, you cannot control when motivation is going to come. You cannot just rely on pumped up podcasts and motivational videos and what have you. That's a very, very tiring way of getting the job done. Instead, you need to harness and you need to strengthen the willpower muscle to act irrespective of how you feel, to put your excuses to the side, to do the do, and know that from that, you will always feel better, number one, but then you're gonna get your results, number two, and then number three, you're gonna get motivated by that to continue doing the do. And I guarantee you that any successful person in life, not just in health and fitness, I'm talking anything from business to politics to relationships, they have always acted and done what they needed to do to move forward before they were then feeling motivated to do so, okay? So again, we need to do the do, we need to get action first, which leads to those results. Because guess what? As humans, we need to be motivated by something. How are you expected to be motivated if you haven't seen any results? The number of people I talk to and their motivation's at rock bottom. But when I say, okay, cool, what would it mean to have this dream result? What would it mean to fit into these jeans? To be able to have the pictures taken with your kids on holiday and feel great? What would it mean to be able to get undressed in front of your partner and just feel super sexy, super confident? What would that mean to you? And they tell me it would mean the absolute world. And they've been struggling with that very thing for a good number of years. But when I say how motivated are you to achieve those goals, oftentimes it's very low. And the reason it's so low is because of the prior poor attempts or the prior failed attempts at getting the job done. So we need results to be motivated as humans. And the only way in which you get results to be motivated is to act. Now, if you are completely stuck with where to act or how to act or what to actually do to kickstart this motivational process, which I've now just talked about, and if the goal is fat loss, I have an incredible free resource. It's yours. I don't need your name, your email, nothing like that. I'm literally going to give it to you for free. If you ping me over the words fat loss formula, I'm going to give you an incredible ebook, which honestly is better than so many paid coaching programs out there right now, which if you follow and do on your own, I guarantee you that you're going to get some phenomenal results, be plenty motivated, and honestly just look completely different by the end of Play 2023. And like I say, it is yours. I want to give this to you for free. It is that damn good, and you're going to get so much value out of that. So either on my Instagram at Sharif Lawton, or even at the bottom of this video, just comment fat loss formula, whatever you want to do. Just find me somewhere in social media. I'm not hard to find, okay? Just DM me fat loss formula. I'll literally ping you a Dropbox link, and it is yours because it's that damn good. And I want you to experience the incredible results in which I am known for across the board with our coaching clients. So without further ado, hopefully this has been some light bulb moments for you. Hopefully this has been a little bit of a light switch has kind of come on in your head about like, oh, right, I've been going about this whole motivation thing the complete wrong way around. Because like I say, if you can harness that second model, which I just went through right now, you're gonna be unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. So team, thank you so much for being with me today. I will love you and leave you. See you on the next episode in a bit. Have a great week.